The Canton Spiritual. Nothing but the hits.
I gotta clean up what I messed up.
Hit after hit after hit. It's the 98th Church Anniversary Gospel Concert featuring the Canton Spiritual. Friday, October 21st, 7 p.m. Come celebrate and get your old school on with the legends of gospel music, the Canton Spirituals. Get your tickets at 407-781-0700. That's 407-781-0700.
This is WOKB 1680 AM Winter Garden and W264DV 100.7 FM Kissimmee, the heart and soul of Central Florida. The views and opinions of the following program is not necessarily those of WOKB, staff, and management of Unity Broadcasting.
What time is it? You know what time it is. It's that time. You are now tuned in to Kimberly Willis with Be Yourself Talk Show. Period.
I want you to know that, girl, you got it.
That's right. That's right. You guys already know what time it is. It is that show, the one and only Be Yourself Talk Show with our fabulous host, Miss Kimberly.
I'm feeling good today. At first I was feeling bad because, I had a really great weekend in Houston last week.
Yeah, I saw you now.
You see me, girl.
I saw you, girl. You were doing your thing, your good thing.
I was doing my thing.
You were doing your good thing.
And them connections that I got, it was amazing.
That's awesome.
It's good to connect with different people and
It's
network.
about networking.
It's about networking.
Absolutely.
And it was worth every penny that was spent on that trip,
And plus some.
And plus some. You know what I'm saying? I manifest this thing.
Manifest.
And the thing about it is, I don't want people to think on my social media that I'm bragging, because I'm not that type of person.
No, you're not.
I'm not a person that brag. But let me tell you something.
But when the favor of God is on your life,
okay,
then, hey, we're just bragging on God.
Okay.
And
it's like when I was on there with P, you know what I'm saying?
Let's make sure everybody understand. On there with Master P. Okay, let's keep going.
But my thing was, I had been praying for like the last 6 months. And the thing about it was, when we had him on the show here,
yes,
I had to ask his questions, remember?
Right.
So
they gave us a list of questions
that I had to ask. So I couldn't ask my own questions.
That script.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but when I was there, he said everything that I had wanted to hear.
Everything.
When I say everything on that thing.
Everything.
When I got where he was,
everything,
I whispered in his ear and told him he's my husband.
That's your husband. Manifest it. Listen, manifest it. Put it in the atmosphere.
I'm putting it in the air. So it was just amazing just to be in his presence, for him to just be touching me.
I think he was amazed to have you in his presence from what I saw.
Yes. But my thing is, I don't want people to think on social media that I'm bragging, because I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't brag.
But I'm going to say this. It's okay. Well, it is absolutely okay.
Haters.
Because everybody's gonna have haters. God had haters.
Right.
Hello, somebody. Right. So it's okay. It's okay to brag and boast about what God is doing in your life. So that's what you're doing. Right. You're actually giving the glory to God.
Amen. To God, because where I came from.
That's it.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he know about my past.
And
so
he knows.
He knows. Oh, okay.
But
my thing is, the reason why I care for breast cancer so much is because my adopted mother died of breast cancer.
Yes.
And back then, when I was 14, they didn't have a cure. And when they cut her, it went through her body.
It spread.
It spread all over her body.
Yeah.
So breast cancer is amazing. So when Real, reached out to me, because she's my good friend in my Sanford group that I love so much. Yes. And Real is very supportive. Yeah. I want to get her.
Sweet spirit too.
Yes. I want to get her to do some things in Polk County, so Polk County can know who she is. Because one thing about Polk County, they will support people that don't know. So I want them to get you to know who you are in Polk, Polk County.
Yes.
She's a really supporting person. She gonna share, tag. She do more marketing. She is a marketer. I've been telling her that for the longest. Like, you are a marketer. Right. And so I'm just so glad to have Real on the show. Things is getting bigger and better. The day was a really rough day. The devil was trying not to let me get here.
Yeah.
My truck towed down on exit 60, but God made it while I still made it here.
Look at God. Won't
You
he
know,
work it out for
He
you?
worked it out while I still made it here.
Yes.
And so I was like, you know what, God, I ain't gonna let this stop me. I'm gonna keep on going.
That's good.
But I know that God is in the atmosphere. But I'm just so delighted to say, I'm just so excited for you being on the show. My name is Kimberly Willis. If y'all get in any car accidents, slip and fall, call me at 863-594-8947. If y'all need a loan on your accidents, give me a call. I can help you get it within 72 hours. It is a criteria that you have to meet to order to get the money. But they do give the money. I don't have like 3-4 people has got the loan. Call me. I mean, I see more people when I worked for a company supported me more than they support me that I'm on my own. And it kind of bothers me, but at the same time, I know that I have to step out and still do that.
Step out on faith.
Step out on faith, but I still can do that, but I must do something else to make me still bring the income that I need.
Absolutely.
So, but I think everybody that support me, I want to give a shout out to Doubt. The tent, she sent me a case. Y'all go get your eyes tinted with Doubt. I really appreciate you. One thing about me, when I ever get there, I'm going to remember everybody that looked out for me.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to get there because my heart is good and I help a lot of people.
And y'all almost there, baby. Go ahead and speak it in the atmosphere.
Yes, and I want to say this, and that's one thing I liked about what Master P said. He said, I want me somebody that is solid, loyalty, and I like to help people. In my circle, anybody that's surround me, they don't have no choice to rob me or do something to me because I'm going to help them eat. So that's one of the things that I like to do with myself, and that I was in a relationship that he didn't want me to do that. So everything that this person, Master P, does is something that I always wanted to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I want to invite this wonderful person and tell who she is and a little bit about herself, Miss Rhea. Well, let me tell you, I'm telling her name and everything. Let me let her say her stuff.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, ladies, for inviting me here.
Yes,
I'm so honored. Thank you so much for that. My name is Rhea Clark, and I am from Sanford, Florida. Well, I wasn't born there. I was born in Guam. My father was in the military, but my both parents are from Sanford. So, of course, I'm from Sanford. It's just a pleasure to be here. I am a breast cancer survivor. I have 2 boys. I have a life partner. I have 2 bonus girls. My mom and father, my load of cousins and friends. So I'm very blessed. Right now, I have a company called Wine and Conversation. I am the CEO and founder, where we bring people together to have a glass of wine and converse about different topics in the community. I'm very big in the community, and I'm very big in pushing and helping people to get to their full potential and accomplish their goals. So that is something that I love to do. I am starting something called Tulips, which is a breast cancer awareness group, and I'm doing it a little different than a regular group. I want to do it to where what happens after cancer, life after cancer, adjusting to your new normal. So that's more of the target. So I will be the one where when you're going through, I definitely will assist you, but when you're finished, I'm going to still be there for you to help you understand your new normal. Because once you get breast cancer, you're in a community and you still need that support. And I want to make sure that those people that do come to Tulips get the support that is needed after.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's
wonderful.
real good. That's real good.
Yeah, that is. So you have a lot of things to talk about. Like, the most thing that I always ask people, I know it was a struggle. Like my stepmother just got out yesterday. She called me early this morning for having breast cancer. She had to get her boobs did, and she said she was there all day, and she was just, it's a hurting thing when you have breast cancer and you're going through this stuff, and then you're going through financial problems, as in your home that people don't know about. That's another thing. You have to stress about. Bills. Now I know that a lot of people have different kind of cancer. My brother's son has cancer, and he was worried in the hospital. Like, Auntie, where you gonna stay at? And I told him, and they said his blood pressure just went up. And I say, listen, I already got you a place because even though I hadn't had him no place, but I want him to think that I had him a place because you didn't want him to. How this 15-year-old little boy is in the hospital worried about a place to stay. Right. So you just, people go through, I see people, my adopted mom, when she had cancer, she began to start losing a lot of weight. And we didn't know what was going on. And then when she went to the hospital, and then she, I watched her to her not to her death, but I watched her in Tallahassee laying in bed losing all her hair because it had spread it. Back then they didn't have the cure for it. And I watched her. I had to, I'm a 12-year-old girl, and I'm trying to, I was 12 or 13, I'm trying to help my sister, which is my adopted sister. I'm trying to help her little baby watch her, and I'm watching my adopted mom, and I'm watching her deteriorate. I'm young, too young to understand what's really going on.
Right.
But it was very emotional, you know.
Yes.
So I know, the points, like my stepmama, she goes through her ways, and this morning she was just she had said some kind of smart, and I got smart with her quick, but I didn't even know she was in the thing, and she was like, well, I didn't mean it like that. I was just, because I get offensive a little bit because people taking this thing with Master P to a whole nother level. You know?
Right.
So I'm like, come on now. But then she humbled down to me, and she said, and she just needed someone to talk to. And I had to apologize to her.
And they have their ups and they have their downs, and the emotions be high. Can you talk on that? Like, how did you feel during those times?
Well, the blessing, and that was one of the things that separated me from a lot of other women because my circle was tight.
Right.
Like people, I'm going to take it back a little bit. I always went through life wondering I was always forgotten about. And I always felt like God had forgotten about me. And I was like, darn, I'm always trying to be a motivational person. I try to make sure I uplift people. And it seemed like everything was good was happening to everybody but me. So I always felt like he had forgotten about me.
Right.
But when I got breast cancer, I remember sitting in the car and I was talking to one of my best friends and everything came to me at once. And God basically was like, I didn't forget about you and you will see.
Right.
And when I went through breast cancer, I received so much love. People who would call me and send me letters and, oh God, my friends, my mom and dad, my cousins, like everybody just flocked to me.
Right.
And God was like, look, I'm giving you your flowers now. Look around. I mean, every other day, an Amazon truck was at my house. We didn't have to worry about bills. We didn't have to, I didn't work for almost a year and a half.
Wow.
And I couldn't tell you how the lights stayed on. Like, we had no problems.
Oh, that's good.
And God showed me in that, journey when I tell people, breast cancer was necessary for me. I had to get that because that's now I see how God was blessing me and preparing me for that journey because my whole journey was amazing. But on the personal side of it, it was hard for me because I had to get my breast removed. And if I could write a book of what people not to say, I would probably have another bestseller.
I know that's right.
But people were like, they're just boobs. Get rid of them.
And they're not.
And I'm like, no, they're mine.
This is a part of me.
Yeah, and you didn't have to look in the mirror and see you no longer had boobs. I had straight lines.
Right.
I had marks all over my body from IVs and all kinds of cuts and bruises and I found that I was allergic to latex, so my arms and stuff would swell up. So I couldn't wear nails. It was the worst for me, but I just had to, stay strong because it's not about me. It's about the people that love me and that need me here. So I had to fight. I had no choice.
Right.
But it was emotionally draining at times to not understand at times why this happening to me. I would cry sometimes and look in the mirror and, thank God I had a life partner who his name is Bradford. He was so amazing. He stood by my side the whole time.
Right.
And I am just more grateful for him because he basically had cancer too. He was with me. Right. So you're changing not your life, but you're changing someone else's life.
Right.
That says they will be with you. So it's hard on everybody that loves you and hates to see you go through that. But I had a lot of support. So I had to figure out something else because that was not my problem. Mentally, it started getting to me only because I was meeting beautiful people and they were dying.
Oh, wow.
So going through that journey, I saw more people die than I've ever have seen.
Oh, my God.
That is my struggle even to this day of people that I connected with and understood me. My friends and my family were there for me, but they understood the chemo. They understood the cuts. They understood what it felt like after chemo. What you eating? Well, I eat this. This what helps me. Well, you drink this because this is what I found. You know, we were comparing notes. That was someone who went side by side with me, that she lost the fight and I won.
Right.
But she really won because she is healed and she's with God. So I'd rather for her to be with God and no longer suffering.
Right.
But it still hurts that I can't see her or touch her or, you know, talk to her.
Right.
So the worst thing for me was losing people, because I'm a friendly person. I'm a talkative person.
You sure, just like me.
Yep. And I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to speak, you know. Right. So I connect with people really quick.
Right, like me.
And so I was meeting people and, you know, gaining friendships in that community, but then they would die.
Oh, wow. I don't think I could have dealt with
So
that.
I have great relationship with my friends that's over 30 years. I have cousins that I'm close to like sisters. I have aunts that were mothers. I have uncles that were like fathers. We were a close family. But so they're still with me. They were still going through that with me. But to meet people who had what you had and then they die, what do you do with that?
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, so
I don't even know. But y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. We got so many questions to ask her. I'm into this because I want to know what my adopted mom and what my stepmom went through. And I see a lot of people going through this, you know, over their social media. I just want to know. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Car accidents, slip and fall, personal injury. Need help? Get help. Contact 5 Star Executive Marketing and Advertising. Allow Kimberly Willis to work for you. No one works harder. Call 1-844-564-6732 or call 863-594-8947. Office located 200 East Central Avenue, Suite 6, Winter Haven, Florida, 33880. For more information, website is www.5starexecutivemarketing.com. Let Miss Kimberly Willis work for you. Call now.
Yes. I just like that beat. Yes. Thank y'all for tuning in. But I got so many questions because I really was excited about this show tonight and the next show that I'm going to have in next week. But this show is really touching to me. Tell me some of your struggles that you went through. You know, what were some of your struggles that you went through? Like, you know, the pain and where you was hurting at. I just want to know. I'm really nosy. Okay. But I want to know because I want to know what they go through and the, you know, like the pain they go through. Because, you know, sometimes like my stepmama, she'll get really snappy at times. And my adopted mama did it in the beginning, but in the end, she knew that she was leaving. She was really humble. But my adopted mama, she's beating it. So, you know, she, like I said, she got her booze in yesterday. And so, but just tell me, you know, some of the things that the pain that you go through, and you know, the mental issue, the physical, like what things that you go through with this counsel.
A lot of things that I went through with this journey. The chemo, I had a lot of aches and pains. Like I found out that I had rheumatoid arthritis. So some of the things from the chemo, you get some of the side effects. I get a lot of numbing in the hands and the feet, and I ache a lot. and I ache I ache a whole lot. So and I don't like medication. And even life after this, I still take 5 pills. I still take pills because the type of breast cancer that I have, there's no preventative for it. I just have to go get checked every 2 weeks. I had stage 3 invasive ductal carcinoma, triple negative. So the triple negative is the deadliest, which is what is more found in African American women, is that deadliest disease. So I have to just watch my blood count. I have to make sure that I'm trying to eat healthier. It's just different factors that I'm learning as I'm going in this journey that I need to do to kind of hopefully that this won't come back. But that struggles because I can't do a lot. If I find myself doing too much, I literally can't get out the bed because I'm aching and my body is hurting. And sometimes when I walk, it's frustrating. And I even get upset every now and then and I cry about it because I'm like, I just want to be the old Rhea, because I was that one. I was at everybody's events. I'm going to support you. I'm going to be there. But now I've had to, I can't go out as much. I have to pace myself. Even my friends, like if they see me too much on there, or my sister see me too much, they'll say, you need to sit down somewhere. Right. You've been moving too much. Because they know that I go through those pains. Especially, it's hard to sleep at night because if I lay a certain way, all my hands will just numb up.
Oh, wow.
I also suffer from the breast. Well, I had one complication with the breast. When I got a procedure that was called lap procedure, because they didn't want me to use any foreign objects to put in my breast to replace when I got a mastectomy. So they used the fat from my stomach and they put it in my breast. Well, I had to sit in a room for like 2 days. It was extremely hot. Like I had to sit in there. I was sweating. It was so hot and miserable. And I had to lay on my back and had to lay my arms out because they didn't want to risk any blood clots. They wanted to make sure they took veins and everything out of my stomach and put it in my breast so it could circulate. It was like one of the newest procedures. Right. So I can use my own fat, Right. And so about a month later, I got better. I was cancer free and I started trying to do what I needed to do. Then I started getting knots in my breast. And come to find out it was called fat necrosis. And it was sitting on my chest wall. So I had to do another surgery that they had to go in and cut all of those fat necrosis out and reshape my breast.
Oh, my God.
So I had to go through that. So I went through 3 major surgeries. So that was hard, because the lap procedure, I had to learn how to sit up again. I had to learn how to go to the bathroom. My friends would laugh because I had to take these drainages, and I had 2 at the top and 2 on the side. I think people use them when they get their plastic surgery.
Yes, sitting out there, yeah.
And so you have to walk around with those like felt like I had 6 titties because I had to make sure. Then if you pull too hard, you're like,
they hurt.
Like it hurts. So I had to deal with that, and I had to clean my bandages. And I remember one time looking in the mirror and I just seen all this. Wow. Destruction, like it just looked like it was cuts and bruises and cuts and everywhere I had never seen before. And I was like, whoa, this is what I got to do to try to stay alive. This is what I had to go through to get that cancer out. But I've gotten better with it. I'm learning to be okay. And I just thank God that I'm still here. I'm still alive. A lot of people think, Rhea, it's already 5 years. You should be over it. But I would never get over the traumatic.
And somebody can't tell you how to get over something. That's why I never tell somebody when somebody pass, or I never say, well, God know best. No, God don't know best. I'm not going to tell you that. Right. I'm just not going to tell you that.
He knows best, but he also allows us the time to grieve. Right. That's a process.
Yes,
right. And everybody's process is not the same.
Yeah. Exactly.
Listen, we have a lot of people on now, so I do want to make sure we give some shout outs.
Yes. Share.
And please share. Absolutely. We got Miss Cheryl. Denise, I believe that's her name. She's on here. Xavier is on here.
Hey, Xavier.
Crystal is on here.
Hey, Crystal.
Glow is on here as well.
Hey, Glow Robinson.
Smooth Maine is on here.
Hey, Smooth
Miss Patricia Tanner, she's on as
well.
Hey, Patricia. We also have Tramika.
Hey, Tramika.
All right, I said it right. Great. And somebody had a question here, and I just want to make Miss Gina Welch is on.
Hey, Gina.
Sabrina Young is on.
Hey, Sabrina Young.
Latanja Key.
Hey, cousin Key.
All right, she is on as well. So let me get to the question. I think Miss Patricia had a question. She said, Rhea, throughout your fight, when did you realize that God was healing you?
Good question. I realized he was healing me. I remember when I went to one of my last chemo treatments. And I remember the first time going into chemo treatment, and I just bust out crying because I seen some of the sickliest people. Like, people had been coming every week. You know, I only had to go once every 3 weeks, but people were coming every day, every week. And when I realized God was healing me was when I went to my last chemo, and I didn't get as sick as everybody was saying that they were getting sick. Right. It was that last one. Right. And I actually prepared for it. Like, I prepared to be sick. Like, I had my little drinks, and I had my ginger. Like, I had them set up a whole setup. Like, for me and my breasties. I call them like best friends, but they breasties, like breasts. Right. And I was like, okay, she told me to make sure I have this cold rag, make sure I have this. But I didn't go through anything that last time. And I remember sitting on the bed waiting for it, and it didn't happen. And then I just looked, and I said, thank you, Jesus. I just said, thank you, God. Wow. And then that was when I knew, okay, I'm going to get through this. I'm going, this is my last one. And then what was so crazy, when I left, I felt sad. Like, because I wasn't going to see the people anymore. And
you had to build a family.
Yeah,
that's a community.
And I remember seeing this one lady, her name was Pam. And she would be there. She had to get her shot every Wednesday. And honey, this lady would come in there with her candy and her pink blanket, and she'd have her crossword puzzle. Like, she was going to a spa. Like, she had all her stuff set up. She put on her little pink socks. Right. And I was like, I'm finna be like her. Let me go ahead and talk to her. And we have been friends ever since. She was so sweet. She was telling me and inspiring me, how to get through it. And and she said, Rhea, this is life. Don't blame yourself for it. Don't think you got it because of something you did. She was like, this is life. You got to stay strong, keep positive people around you, and you'll get through it. And I really felt God was healing me because I started feeling different about it I got to the point I was like, you know what? I think it was necessary that I went through this. I had to go through this.
Okay, now.
I love it.
Yes. So what would you tell some of the people that have family members? What would you tell, like, the family members and people that has, I know a lot of people family has passed with cancer. What would you tell some of those people? And also, what would you tell the people that have had cancer just like you?
One of the things I would tell them is to use that purpose. I feel like the people who continue to stay here on earth after dealing with something so traumatic, be purposeful. Figure out why God kept you here. And that's how I'm able to deal with life after cancer. And I know you have to know yourself. I know I'm a talker. I love to talk to people. So what can I use that experience to help other people at this point? I promote early detection because now in this day and age, there's a 90% rate of you staying alive. Right. So, and the biggest part of that is early detection. That's why we want to give you free mammograms. That's why, and check your family history. Right. Make sure if it runs in your family, check your family history. And if you feel anything, I don't care if you got cancer or not, advocate for yourself. Advocate for your body. If you don't feel well, tell the doctor you don't feel well, and don't let them push you away. If you know it's something about your body that's not right,
different,
advocate for yourself, and then get someone else. Don't be afraid to do second opinions. Right. The doctor does not have to be always right. You can get somebody else to kind of compare the notes and say, okay, this is what it is. But for people who are going through cancer, just stay positive. Just listen to what the doctor tells you. Stay positive and surround yourself with positivity. Right. Make sure you're filled with people who are uplifting you, who wants to be there for you and love on you. And the people that pass on, I've learned that sometimes healing is on the other side. Right. And that's with God. And that's easier said than done, because when you lose someone, that's the hardest thing of not seeing them again. Right. But you have to get to terms with being okay. We all have an expiration date.
Right.
We all got to leave here. That's one thing, no matter what you're doing out here in this world, no matter how much you think you're better than somebody or they don't have this or that, we all have an expiration date. We're all going to leave this earth, and that's all together.
Absolutely.
Right. So in this time while you're here, just try to be positive. Just try to do the right thing. Just take care of yourself. We're getting older. I'm 48 years old. So I'm looking at life a whole lot different than I did at 38 and 28. Right. You know, so that's my advice to people. Just take care of yourself. Start checking in your health and really start living the best way you can.
So
Go ahead, Drina.
So we have another question as well. Gina Welch wanted to know, how do you conquer fear? Through a situation that she's having, she said that she still gets paralyzed with fear in her situation. So how do you conquer fear?
Fear was not easy. It wasn't easy to conquer because I tell people all the time, when I first heard the diagnosis, I thought about death. That was the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh my God, you know, you wander through life. What's gonna take you up out of here? So I was thinking, darn, that's gonna be what take me out of here, breast cancer. But the way I've overcome fear even now is that you have to just remain positive and you have to keep people around you. I know you get tired of hearing that, but that's the truth because it's a mind thing. It's mind over matter. Yes. And you have to stay focused and know that there's still good that you have to do. God still has you here. You can't be fearful because if you're fearful, then you can't accomplish your goals. If anything, if you're stricken with the disease, what it did for me was it pushed me to do my goals. Right. I felt, okay, I don't have a lot of time, you know? So I need to write my book. I need to create my nonprofit. I need to go back to school. I started focusing more on the things that I actually thought I had time.
Right.
Because we forget. We really think that we have time. Oh, I'm going to do that in 5 years. I'm going to do that in 10 years. Everybody has these long-term goals and then your short-term goals, but you don't know if you're going to achieve those goals.
Right.
So go ahead and set goals for yourself and focus on what you need to do and what you want to do.
Right.
So you don't be fear. You won't have time for fear if you think about all the things you got to do.
Oh, that's a good question. That was a very good answer. So, Rhea, I want y'all, if y'all want to call in and ask Rhea any questions or just want to call in and support her, the number is 407-894-1680. Again, that number is 407-894-1680. But I want to tell you how they can get this book and how they can, you know, the things that you have going on because you have a lot of events that goes on. So how they can follow you from the social media and, you know, just tell them like your information on social media.
Yeah. So I did a book. Like I said, once I found out I had breast cancer, one of the things I always wanted to do for the past 10 to 15 years was write a book. So I wrote a book about my life. It's called There's a Message in Your Mess. And it stems from what I said earlier, like I felt like God forgot about me, about different choices I made in life. And a lot of times I laugh about some of the things, and y'all can relate to this. It's some things that we shouldn't even be here.
Right.
It's poor choices we made in life that you look around and see somebody did the same thing you did and they didn't make it.
Right.
And you made it.
Right.
So there's a message in that mess. If you're going through a mess that should have taken you up out of here, there's a message in it. God allow you to continue to stay here. So this is my book of There's a Message in Your Mess. You can get that on Amazon, or you can reach out to me. I'm on social media, which is Facebook, Rhea D. Clark. I'm on Instagram, very simple, Rhea D. Clark. My business page is Wine and Conversation. And you can get, I have plenty of copies of these books. I read it. It's so funny. I read my own book, and I was just like, dang, I did that. Like, wow. I was so proud of myself. Wow. So There's a Message in Your Mess. This is a book, and I have an event coming up Sunday. What I try to do once a year in October is give back, and I invite 20 survivors to come out and have brunch. I reach out to my family and friends and different businesses to sponsor. I never ask for a lot. I just ask for $25 per person to, so I can just bring them there. Because what people don't understand, a lot of women won't come because they're embarrassed because they don't have the money. Like you said, it's a financial strain when you're going through chemo. $25 is a doctor visit for some people. So that's something they may not be able to
pay for.
But I don't want them to think about that. I just want them to come. I want them to enjoy the festivities. My friends, my family, they all chip in. I do a lot of events with my vendors. My vendors will donate a gift. My vendors will pay. I mean, I just have such a great support system that I'm able to pull this off every year. And that's all we ask for. And then they come, we sit for 2 hours. I have a little bit of education for them, someone to speak. Our main speaker this year, she will, Ms. Patricia Tanner, she'll be speaking. Okay. And then I have other couple of people that will be coming by to speak to the ladies, and I'm having real nice and pretty for them. I want to decorate. I just want them to come and just have 2 hours of no stress, not worrying about no bills, not worrying about work, and because we do worry about that. Because when I was going through it, I was worried about it. I was blessed to be taken care of, but I still worried like, oh my God, I can't work. So you're not getting 100% of your pay. Right. So it's just so many things that happens that you're really sometimes just not prepared for. Right. You try to be prepared for as much as you can, but you don't think you're going to walk in the office and hear someone say, oh, you got breast cancer. Right. So
Real, we'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. I want to ask you some more questions. Okay. Y'all call my girl.
One Night Children's Spa. Come experience a children's spa like none other. Daycares, mothers, fathers, grandparents, schools. Reserve your party today. Allow your young queens and kings to be treated like pure royalty. One Night Children's Spa is located in Lake Wells, Florida, 129 East Stewart Avenue. Call 863-456-4675. 863-456-4675. One Night Children's Spa, an experience that they'll never forget. Luxury ride, paint parties, dress up, and more. Don't wait. Book now. You can also go to their website at onenightcelebrations.com. Find them on social media at One Night Children's Spa. It's an experience of a lifetime. Your children will never forget. Book now.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got a caller. Caller. Thank y'all for tuning back in. We have a caller on the line. Who this caller is? I want to hear.
Hey, it's me, Patricia.
Hey, Patricia. I knew it was Patricia. I don't know why I knew it was Patricia. Hey, Patricia. Real estate millionaire.
I could not say something. What is wrong with you? Real is up there. I got to say something.
Yes.
Ever get to, participate in a lot of stuff she got going on.
Right.
Because, she is the one that really inspired me to come out here and to open up another side of me. So I just want everybody to say that I see Real always giving back, doing so many things for everybody, showing up being there for everyone. So I just want Real to know that I love her and that I'm always here for her if she ever needs me. And, I support her, and it's through her strength that gives me life, to be honest with you, because I never knew and thought that I would be who I am today. The person that's out of my shell, out here talking to people, showing up at events, speaking. So she saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Yes. So I just want to say thank you so much, Real, for giving me this light.
Oh, Lord.
For giving me this light to shine on everybody, because as I come out and speak and talk to people, everybody always come back and give both of us feedback to say that, I was a blessing to them. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I was inspired by her to write these books. I was inspired by her to go out and speak, tell my story, my testimony, because you never know who you can talk to, who you can touch, what you can say that will change somebody's life, that will save somebody. So it was through her that taught me how to be open and vulnerable. So thank you, Real.
Oh, thank you. I so appreciate that. That's love. Thank you so much.
And I love you, Kim.
I love you too, girl.
I met you. You're part of the Sanford clique.
Yes, I am.
But you're so genuine.
Thank
love
you.
You're doing. Thank you for inviting us in your circle, your bubble.
Yes.
Giving us the opportunity to have a voice on this station or everywhere, when we travel around and do certain things.
Yes.
Just thank you for always supporting us as well. And,
thank you.
We support you in 1,000 ways. So
thank you.
Get on this phone right now. Give a shout out to my girls. What's wrong with y'all?
Yes.
Thank you.
Real, I want you to also tell them how much is your book. And
sure.
You never told the price of the book.
I'm so sorry. The book is it's $20. You can cash app it to the cash sign Donye, Donai Clark. Donye is my middle name. Last name Clark. You can cash app the 20 if you want the book. Let me know and I'll have it sent to you. And you can also do the $25 donation to the breast cancer brunch, and you will get to see all of the footage. I will be the rest of this week doing shout outs to people who have sponsored and donated to my cause. They do it for me every year. No questions asked. They even say, Rhea, you're doing something this year? So they know this is my purpose. This is my passion. I love to give back. So I want to thank you. So you can Zelle. My phone number is 407-485-9612. That's the number you can Zelle, or you can cash app it to the cash symbol, Donye, DONAICLARK. And $20 for the book. Thank you.
Yes, I think we should support. Support $25 for her to have this event to give. It's on African Americans. It's more African Americans that have cancer. So even if you can't come, if you can do it, donate the $25 so she can have this, nice thing for these ladies that has cancer. I'm gonna donate. I don't really have it like that, but I'm gonna do, my best to give her $25 because I have a stepmom and I don't know if she's gonna be able. I want her to attend, but I don't know if she can because she says she's been sick and she just got her breast dead, But at the end of the day, this is a good event, and it's something that we should do in our city. But what I'm saying is support, because I know someone had someone that had not just breast cancer, but cancer. So you know the feeling and you know what it is to have that and a family member have that. So donate the $25. It's not going to hurt you if you can afford it.
Right.
I'm not going to say if you can't afford it because, just share this video, because sometimes when you share something, somebody can probably say, well, maybe you couldn't do it, but they could do it.
Right.
Because all of us have breast cancer. And I just wonder, when I tag people in this maybe because they didn't know Real, but breast cancer and cancer is in our thing. But I probably, if I would have had Master P, they would have shared it and liked it. You know what I'm saying? But no, I have to keep it real. But this is something in our generation. So this is something that you need.
Yeah, it's a lot of Black women that suffer with different types of cancer. Yes. Exactly. My mom is a cancer survivor.
Right.
She went through for over a year, and by the grace of God,
process.
she's much better. And chemo was horrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about your chemo experience, I know firsthand because I was there for every treatment, and chemo was killing her body.
Yeah, and I tell people people too. That's why I think about a year or two ago, I did the breast cancer for the caretakers.
Right.
You know, the caretakers are going along with you on this journey, and some of them unfortunately can't handle it, and they leave their spouses, and it's just so much that your whole world is shattered. So everybody is affected by it. You're going through the breast cancer, but I always try to make sure you know, I advocate for the caregivers. And then also, too, that I want to say that I'm also working on that I really want people to think about is I've been watching different documentaries because I'm really, one of the things that I took from having breast cancer, that some things in life have to make sense to me.
Right.
It has to make sense to me. I have to figure out, why am I going through this? Why is this? I'm such a deep thinker. Right. And I watched this show one time that was on TV One, and it was about clinicals. A lot of black people will not do clinicals. And they say one of the reasons why the African American women and Hispanic women die so quickly of breast cancer is because a lot of us won't do the clinicals. So whether we believe it or not, the DNA is very different from the white woman and the black woman. And so as black women, if we don't do those clinicals, they can't test our DNAs to see what chemical that would be able to slow the rapid down. Right. So they're using us black women as guinea pigs. They're just giving us different types of medicine to see what's going to work for you because they do not know.
Say that, honey.
But with a white woman, and I'm not, please let me do the disclaimer. I'm not doing the racist card, but I'm just stating facts. And with the white women, they live longer. They have more access to different types of medications because guess what? They're signing up for the clinicals. So the people in the lab, we have a lot of black scientists. This was so inspiring to me because you don't think about black women who are scientists, beautiful black women who are very interested in trying to find a cure to stop cancer. But if us as black women or black people don't ever want to go and do the clinicals, they can't figure out what's going on, what's wrong, what they can do. So they just test them. Okay, well, let's use this because this might work. Okay, then it don't. So when you look now at different people who do stuff, you're like, why I had to take these two medicines? Now they didn't stop me from taking these two medicines. Now I'm taking because they don't know what to give you.
Wow. That's
real.
So that's my next project is I'm gonna start doing some clinicals.
Right. Wow,
I want to stop our black women. I'm tired of hearing that ratio that with heart disease, with diabetes, with blood pressure, everything is black people. Yeah. And I'm tired of hearing it. So when you're tired of hearing something, you got to do something about it. So that's my next step is I'm going to try to figure out what I can do or what I can find out to spread the word and what we can do to slow this breast cancer down because I have family and friends and I don't want them to get that. I don't want y'all to get that.
You also talked about getting your mammograms done. Mm-hmm. And there are certain centers, I don't know if you know any of them, but there are centers that do it for free. Tell them about that.
Yes, and if you, there are different, like we have an event coming up August the 29th that will be in Sanford, and they do mammograms. I'm very close to someone who runs the health department in Sanford who could get you information. I'm going to say her name, Venice White. She always looks out for me and gives me information to give to my women about free mammograms and all types of free stuff that's out there. So there's no excuse. I've had people who reached out to me and was like, Rhea, where can I go? Who can I call? I want to get this done. And it's early, and I don't want nobody to get it, but I would rather hear you say I had stage 1 than to say you have stage 3 and 4.
Right.
And most women who have stage 4 black die.
Oh.
So everybody say I try to save the world, but that's what I want to do. I want to stop all of us black women getting breast cancer that don't even run in your family. Even back to eating. We have to start watching what we eat. I didn't even realize the importance of what we're putting in our body. Somebody just made it so clear to me how our body is our temple.
Yes.
And we only have one body, so we got to be careful what we're putting in our bodies and eating. And I knew that, but it was more profound when she said it to me that, we have to really take care of ourselves. So that's my thing. That's my next move is to figure out how can I stop this? How can we stop this going to women who don't even run in your family? Why are you getting it? So I just want people to do that.
So what nugget can you tell the people? What nugget would you want to tell the people that has cancer? What nugget would you like to tell them?
One of the things that I want people to do if you have cancer is to really try to find herbs. And there's so many different things that are natural that can help your body. Yes, the medicine can help, but you want to kind of not want to have to deal with medicine, because medicine end up
side effects.
Right, the side effects, and then it messes with something else, whether it's your kidney, whether it's your liver. You end up getting other diseases from medication. So I'm really, I kind of went cold turkey after talking to a couple of ladies that I'm really starting to watch what I eat. I don't know if I can give up the lemon pepper wings. Y'all got to pray on me with that one. But
I'm with you, honey. I gave up beef and I gave up pork.
Yeah, see?
But I ain't giving up the chicken.
What you ain't gonna do, Drita?
I ain't giving up the chicken.
Somebody tried to tell me I can make you some vegan lemon peppers. Nah, boo, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna always have to have a piece of chicken. But I do try to do like different, supplements like turmeric, moringa, it's a few of. I do sea moss. Sea moss is the best.
Yes, and black seed oil.
I heard about that.
Yes.
Those both of them.
Yeah,
the
very
sea moss.
good.
I have someone who
my cousin makes the
that
best.
for me. Oh my God,
Sugar Key. Oh my God, her sea moss. It tastes like you could eat it. It's like it tastes strawberry, and it's like it don't taste like sea moss. I'm like, this don't taste like a sea moss. Like it's good as heck.
And everybody say the texture, but I love it. The texture that is made for me, it tastes like applesauce. I like applesauce, so I just eat it bare. But a lot of people like put in their tea or put in their coffee. So just research. You're gonna have to take the time to research to make sure that you're eating a little bit healthy. Or the lady taught me 80-20 rule. Eat 80% fruits and vegetables and 20% of what you want.
Right.
And that will even out. So that's my advice to people.
And tell them again how they can get a hold of you and get a hold of the book. Okay. And how they can cash up and donate. Donate, please. And share this video and go subscribe and like it. Follow me. If you're not following me, follow Kimberly Willis. I'm trying to get to 10,000.
Yes, we will. We're going to get you there.
Yes.
There's a message in your mess. You can get that on Amazon, or you can contact me through Facebook, Rhea D. Clark, Instagram, Rhea D. Clark, and Wine and Conversation. They're all on those social media platforms. My Cash App is the $DONAI Clark, or you can Zelle at 407-485-9612. You will I greatly appreciate it. You will see the reapings that you sow into this. I will let you see it. I am very passionate about this, and I'm so happy. So thank you all so much.
Okay, you got some. I see some pink gifts over there.
Yes. So for Drea and Kim inviting me, anybody knows I'm a gift giver. Sorry.
Yes, I know. That's Xavier and her. They are.
Listen, Xavier, I love me some Xavier. I love you, Xavier.
Me too.
I love you because your spirit is just everything. I just love you.
So I gave both of you a gift. Drea.
Yes, I love it.
So you get a copy of my book.
Yeah. They know they pen.
Come on now, get the pen.
And most of all, the book.
And also, I've given you all information. If you want information about breast cancer, anything, I got information to tell you about it. I'm put it in everything I send and do. I love Xavier too because she gives me gifts all the time.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
She always buys me something.
Her.
That's one of my besties over 30 years. She always buys me something. Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell her a secret because she like to take me and get me massages.
Yeah.
So extra.
But yes, y'all support. This is a thing that you want to support, and like I said, Rhea, you can never get enough. And then if some people want to go that has cancer, how would they get in contact with you to come to this event? Or do you already have the people that you already?
Well, I've already have the people that have the 20 people. You're more than welcome to come, but it's for the breast cancer survivors. So people donate the money for feed food and gifts, and I put everything into it so they can come and just be like, wow.
Yes,
and I have a bunch of gifts to give them. They are going to be so excited.
Well, we know y'all give. You know they give good gifts.
Listen, they gonna give some good gifts.
Get some VIP stuff. Look at the bag. Look at the thing. Look at that.
Right.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful.
Yes, I have all different companies that have given. Oh, I wish I could say this. It's a lie. I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm going to be fair and don't say anything. But I'm just so excited about Sunday. So everybody, they're going to have a good time. Yes.
See y'all next week. We're going to have Sabrina Doran on. She's going to talk about domestic violence. I'm going to do some talking about that. Cause I've been going through something for last year, and I'm going to tell y'all some of the story next week. So y'all, everybody I've been holding back and not talking about it.
She's a survivor, y'all.
I'm a survivor. Yes.
People gonna wonder how you're gonna win. Wonder how your end's gonna be. And you tell me God's gonna help me win. Does anybody believe that out there? Say God's gonna help me win. I wanna release that into the atmosphere just one more time. People gonna wonder how you're